happen to be interested in brain injury, and the Brain Injury Interdisciplinary Special Interest Group is one of the most productive and prolific groups in the organization, and I would make the case that group is probably one of the most productive in the world. So in terms of scientific publishing, in terms of practice, and even driving policy.
Brain injury folks were better organized and more vocal than the spinal cord injury folks. So there was a lot of rivalry there between the two groups. And I think the brain injury folks were initially viewed as outsiders and basically, oh, you want to deal with that? And you want to deal with those people? And basically, we formed our own social networks and professional networks, and ACRM became our meeting place. And I think it was that view that was able to move us forward, and seeing ACRM is about interdisciplinary rehab research. And that's now part of our tagline that we developed a few years ago. And I think that serves us very well. When this all started, basically, brain injury was not on anybody's radar screen. And those of us who were working in the field knew that it was an important issue, and we needed to focus a lot of advocacy efforts on brain injury if we were to be effective rehab providers to folks with brain injury. So I think a lot of our initial effort was to get people to put brain injury on their radar screen, so that they could see that some of the impairments and issues that people with brain injury have indeed were amenable to treatment.
For me, when I joined well over 30 years ago as an early career physician, a neurologist working in rehabilitation and brain injury, at my first meeting, I was greeted, welcomed, and engaged almost immediately by well-known academic leaders whom I had admired from afar. And I was approached by other early career colleagues, including Joe Giacino, to participate right away in active, productive ACRM projects, part of the new brain injury task force that was to become the Brain Injury ISIG. The contacts, the collaborations, and the friendships I've made during that first meeting have been lifelong. They changed my career. They contributed enormously to my life's work. ACRM changed my life and my career. This is a wonderful organization, and I celebrate 100 years of ACRM. Now, in my world of brain injury, ACRM's contributions have been far-reaching and lasting. Contributions such as the definitions of mild traumatic brain injury, the cognitive rehabilitation guidelines, diagnostic criteria and practice guidelines for disorders of consciousness. These have had enormous influence on worldwide clinical practice and research. And ACRM's reach and international reputation continues to grow and develop.